Skydio 2. Who really needs this drone? Well, stick around and I'll tell you. In the world of drones, the Skydio 2 is pretty unique. I'm sure you've seen videos of it tracking various things, whether it be hikers, mountain bikers, bicyclists, snowboarders, jet skiers, one-wheelers, and on and on. Pretty much any action sport is very good for the Skydio 2. But its obstacle avoidance is really the key feature. But is it for you? We just put one into our program, and I want to talk through its features a little bit and who might be applicable to. Part of it is going to depend on your business. Are you doing inspection, cinematography and videography, agriculture, mapping? Are you a YouTuber? Those things will impact whether this is a good drone for you. Just to go over some of the general specs, it has 6 cameras. If you'll notice, 1, 2, 3 on top, and 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. And it uses those 6 cameras to build a 3D model of the world around it. It's imperative that you keep those lenses clean. Any smudges, any cracks, or whatever can disrupt its ability to make that 3D model that allows it to fly around obstacles. I would also recommend on this one that you hand launch and hand land it. If you notice, there are no landing gears anywhere on it, and the front 2 motors are downward facing. Now that's great because they have to do that to avoid interfering with the cameras above, but it also makes those props very susceptible to damage in the grass. So hand launch, hand land, and that's the best way to do it. There is an option to allow you to land on the case, on the target, but frankly, I find that to be more trouble than it's worth. There are multiple ways to fly it. You can fly it with your phone. You can fly it with a beacon, which is purchased separately. Or you can fly it with a controller. Now notice that controller says Parrot on it. The Parrot controller and the Skydio controller are identical on the outside, but unfortunately there's enough differences on the inside that they're not interchangeable. So when you launch this, it pretty much needs no piloting input at all from that point on. It will follow you pretty much wherever you go. But if you want to fly in manual mode, it's pretty sluggish and there are some problems with it. If you're trying to fly a straight line towards an object and it detects an obstacle that you think you can avoid, it will automatically jog around that. So it's very, very difficult to fly a straight line, and manual flight is not the best choice for this. But then again, that's not what it was designed for. And because that obstacle avoidance kind of gets in the way, there is no way to turn it off, so you're stuck with it in manual flight. So those are the basic specs. But what's interesting is there's some additional add-ons that we can talk about. The first one is Skydio Autonomy Enterprise. Costs about $1,500 a year. And what do you get for that? You get something called a 360-degree super zoom, which means it takes all 6 cameras and builds a 360-degree view of the world for you. Or you can zoom in 100 times to look at objects farther away. Now that 100 times zoom, again, is a digital zoom, and you know I've talked about that before. You lose a lot of quality on that digital zoom, but it is available under that. It also adds point of interest. Well, that's kind of interesting. Any of my DJI models or my Parrot models have that built in, but it's an extra on this one. Now it will circle you, but if you want to point to an object and circle, that's this additional charge. Another one, Track in Place, where the drone's stationary and follows you this way, is also an option, which again you get for free in the DJI products and the Parrot products. A cool one though is Close Proximity Avoidance, which reduces the distance that the drone can fly towards an object, and that can be really handy for inspection work. Vertical View allows the camera to shoot straight up. Well, there again, my Parrot Anafi, I can do that without an extra charge, but that comes with this package on this one. Skydio 3D Scan is the next option. That's $3,000 a year, but this is pretty incredible. If it does what it's promoted to do, and based on the demos I've seen, it's an incredible feature. it allows you to build a 3D model of most anything automatically with this drone. All you have to do is set an upper limit, a bottom limit, and 4 pillars to define the area it's going to fly, and it will automatically develop that 3D model. Plus, you can review it immediately after flight. You don't have to upload it to the cloud and have it analyzed and shipped back to you. This is available immediately. So think of the benefit. You're in the field, you fly a structure, you come back and you look at it, say, yeah, I'm good to go, and then you head back to the office. You can also adjust the granularity of this. How much detail do you want? Do you want very fine detail or just overall pictures of the structure? I think that's also a benefit. The other thing is you don't have to worry about EMI issues. Since this is a visually based drone, it can navigate its way through anything and doesn't worry about metal structures or power lines or whatever the situation may be. The next one is Skydio House Scan. No price that I could find on this one, but this allows you to identify the 4 corners of a building and have it automatically fly the roof, develop either a photo pattern or 3D structure of that. Be great for inspections. And finally, Skydio Dock. You may have seen in the news that drones are being used a lot more for security issues, basically your drone in a box solution. Well, that's what they're doing here with the Skydio 2. It's a box with a slide-out arm that launches the drone into the air automatically. Then when it's done, it lands on that arm, goes back in, and recharges. This is great for inspection, for security, for mapping of stockpiles. I think it's really the future of security. Another interesting aspect of the Skydio is flight beyond visual line of sight. You know, right now we're restricted from doing that. But the North Carolina Department of Transportation was able to get a waiver from the FAA for flight beyond line of sight. And they're using it for bridge inspections, where the drone will fly underneath the bridge, look at the structure, analyze it, and fly back. Well, that is actually beyond visual line of sight, but that's not what we think of. We think about 7 miles down the road. But this is a start, and I think it's a great opening for beyond visual line of sight operations. So let's ask a question again. Is this drone good for you? Well, it kind of depends, right? If you're a brand new drone business, I'd say this is not a good first choice. But if you've already got something else, you want to add to your inspection services, add to your videography services as a one-man crew, if you're a YouTuber, I think this is a real consideration. And if you've got the money to spend on some of these add-ons, it could really upgrade you into a really small niche where you wouldn't have a lot of competition. So consider that. And here's a short sample of what the Skydio can do.
Caught behind Venetian blinds, out of reach for the city lights. This ain't where I belong. Hey, look at me, man, what I've become. I've been running east, looking for a sunset, digging deep since '99. What I thought was gone was sitting in my pocket in plain sight all along. I think it's time for me to go, burn all bridges. All I know, I got lost along the way, fell between the foam, pulling stitches. Time to let go, so come what may. Don't look before you leave. What you give, you get to keep. So long, farewell, bye-bye. Let's have a toast for those lost old lives. And my crooked little heart that seems so rebellious is falling apart right now. I'm bleeding, an easy kill, gonna leave it all behind. I think it's time for me to go,
hope you enjoyed this video. I still enjoy doing these. I get a real kick out of it. If you enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below, and I can let you know about future videos. And if you'd like to share with your friends, please do so. They will be greatly appreciated. And as always, thank you so much for watching.